Hey there, and welcome to this episode about React Fragments. A React fragment is all about the wrapping elements inside React components. As you know, we always need to have a wrapping element around other elements, right? We cannot return three elements in the same level. We can return one element, of course, but if we need to return more than one, we need to wrap them in a div. And I'll show you if we get rid of this and only return these three, we get an error here. So we must have a parent element. And I made a quick little app here, as you see, an h2, a p tag, so it's those two, and then a footer component that I created. And it contains of this horizontal ruler and a small tag. And when we look at the app, I want this footer to be in the same level as the h2 and p here. I don't want it to be inside a div and be nested, right? I don't want a lot of divs. And usually in a complex app, you have many divs. Div after div for each component. It gets really messy when trying to inspect your code. So that is what React Fragments is, and React created them. And to use React Fragment, we can get rid of these divs. So if we write react.fragment, and I'll copy paste this because I'm lazy, and switch out the divs here, you see it will work just as fine. And I'll switch out in the footer component as well. It's the same thing. Okay, but how is, I switch back to div and we can inspect the code how it was before. So if I press inspect here, let's see, it's kind of small, I think. I don't know, hopefully you can follow along. But here's our root, our div root. And then this is the first div that we could get rid of, right? We don't need div. And then we have our hello YouTube, our p, and then it gets nested in a div. And there we have our footer, right? And I don't want it to be h2p and a div. I want them to be on the same level, right? So if we switch back to our fragment and inspect again and see if it looks better. So I'll inspect again here. And now, as you see, we got rid of the double divs up here. And now they're all on the same level. No wrapping divs around the footer. So this is how I want it to look. And sometimes you could say that, well, div is only 3 letters, right? This is a little bit more verbose. Well, we could get rid of them whole, like this. We don't need them at all. You see it works, and it's the exactly same thing as writing react.fragment or fragment, and then you need to import it. I'll show you. This works as well. So you import react and you import fragment like this. So then fragment, but let's do without, like this. And it works totally fine. It looks clean. You don't need to add any attention to the wrapping element. This is the focus here. So what's the difference? Is there any difference between a div and this one? Well, besides that this doesn't render out just like a div, we cannot attach class names. So on a div you can add class names, you can style the component, the whole wrapping element. Now on this one, obviously you can see that you don't attach any class names. And if we wrote React fragment, well, here you might think, well, we could add a class name, right? But no. So keeping it minimal like this might reduce some mistakes as well. So this, don't touch, no class names, and also no event handlers. So you cannot attach event handlers either. So that's the two things, class names and event handlers. So sometimes, in this case, well, this is totally fine for my app. Inside here, well, a div or not, I don't know, but it's up to you, and choose the one that fits your needs best, okay? This was everything. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.